morning, WDWA and Wrestle Talk podcast family. Welcome into the 21st episode of Elevation. Hard to believe it's been 21 episodes already, and we got a heck of an episode lined up for you. You all know I am Hardcore John Haas, and I'm here with my man Gavin Jackson, the owner of WDWA. How's it going, Gavin?
It's going well, man. Going well. Happy to be back here. Like you said, I can't believe that it's number 21, John. I feel like we just started this yesterday, but man, we've been flying through this, man. Guest after guest. We've been getting a lot of great feedback. Fans love it. They love, to have something like this in between shows where they can still remain interactive with the WDWA family. So again, John, number 21. Hopefully we're gonna have a lot more, and just happy to be back here today, John.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride already, through these 21 episodes. And, we've had some surprises as to people popping in sometimes. But, tonight we got the one and only, the Rockstar Kelli going to be joining us. Got a match coming up for the Mid-Atlantic Championship as well as Holy Grail qualifier. So, definitely looking forward to that. Going to talk with him tonight and just find out his thoughts going into this matchup. So,
yeah, I'm excited to have Rockstar Kelli on tonight. I've been a big fan of this kid so far. Every time he's come in and out of WDWA, he's constantly growing, constantly being impressive. It's funny. He gets in there and there's certain people that boo him, man, but there's also a huge following of fans that absolutely love to boo him. So yeah, very entertaining to watch. He's, like I said, he's a young kid, but he's got a bright future ahead of him. So just happy to have him on the show. Looking forward to hear what he has to say about his upcoming matches and what he wants to do with his career, John. But yeah, gonna be another good show, brother.
Definitely. But before we get to that, we got to talk about the last show, because when you talk about surprises, there were a few surprises last show when it comes to tough luck. And I tell you, I had no clue a lot of the stuff that was going to take place that took place there. And, we got the results up here, and it was just one heck of a show. So what do you say we go ahead and jump into it here and get going with these matches that took place?
Yeah, as you can see right up there, match number 1, Aristote versus TJ Price. Both of these guys, just like Rockstar Kelli, young in their career. Both of them have a bright future. Both of them are really great. Whenever Aristote or TJ Price is on the card, that they're always going to give it their all, and you're going to have a good match. So all the expectations going into that match came to light. Both those guys delivered well, but only one could have won, and it was just Aristote's night.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely was something to see. Both of them were very talented people. They definitely have a heck of a career ahead of them, and just very athletic, but the both of them. So I was very happy to see these two going against each other, and they really put on a clinic, for anybody who saw it. But yeah, as you say, Aristote came out on top and will be advancing to the Holy Grail. So definitely going to be looking forward to seeing him in that Holy Grail tournament and how far he gets into it, or if he wins it all. But that all depends on who he's paired up against at the time. So definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to that too. And match number 2, John.
Match number 2, we saw Rebecca Blade taking on Aphrodite.
Aphrodita, yes.
First time we've seen Aphrodita, so have to forgive me for the mispronunciation of name. But I really thought Rebecca Blade was going to pull this out and get her first win here in WDWA. but it just wasn't meant to be. And
Yeah,
Aphrodita was able to take the victory away. I was shocked to see that.
yeah, no, I agree 100%, John. Like, I've said it before. I'm a fan of Rebecca Blade. I think that she's putting in the work. She's really coming into her own. With her craft. But um, again, this just was another step down the rung for her. Aphrodita flew in from Chile just ready to fight, and I don't know if it was experience or what, but Aphrodita just won up there at this show. But I don't count Rebecca Blade out. I know we're gonna see her again. I know she's gonna do big things. I just think it's a learning curve. The more you get into this, the more what we call reps. You get in there, the more matches you learn, until eventually you become the veteran. So she's real early in her career. I know she's got a bright future ahead of her as well. So always happy to have
Well,
them.
and I would hate to be the next person to go up against her because that it has to be frustrating for her still fighting to get that win and being on the losing streak that she is. So I'm sure she's going to want to punish whoever she gets in the ring with and just show the people that you know she can be the dominant person that
Yeah,
you
absolutely,
know personally I believe and you said you believe that she can be. So
absolutely. Yep,
but then we got into some grudge match action here where
that's
we
right.
saw Bo Ross taking on Vic Jones, not the Cake Boss, you know, not Victor Jones. He is Vic Jones now with a new attitude, and he's bound and determined he's going to show people that he's not just this fun-loving cake boss anymore.
That's right. Looks like playtime's over for Vic Jones. He's tired of getting in there. Trying to get the fans on his side and all that stuff. He's starting to be a little selfish, which you need to be as a pro wrestler. You need to be a little bit selfish. You need to be a little bit confident. There's only one spot at the very top, to be number one. And sometimes you just got to do it on your own. When you're leaning on and trying to satisfy everybody else's urges, you tend to not put 100% into your own. So um, I know me and Vic Jones, we bump heads a lot. I'm not a big fan of the way he's been acting, but I completely understand it, and I believe that he's starting to bring out some of that fire that a lot of people knew that he had inside him. I was hoping it would come out before, but unfortunately the circumstances are different. But he's in there with the outlaw Bo Ross, who's one tough son of a bitch, and like I don't think he's going to take a chair shot likely and not come back swinging. I just think Vic Jones is, he's going to have to lay in that bed that he's making with old Bo Ross.
Yeah, because Bo technically walked away with the victory, after the disqualification, but at the same time, he didn't quite look the victor going out of this thing, after taking the shots he took. And but when we actually saw Vic Jones leave the ring, because it took a little bit to get him out of the ring, I actually saw him come back and get in your face again. This is what the second time he's gotten in your face.
Yeah, man. Second time, I don't take that stuff lightly. It's not like I'm just some Joe Schmo off the street. I'm a former professional wrestler as well. Like I don't just sit and take ridicule or people trying to disrespect me lightly. I will not put up with it. But I know a lot of it's the just a lot of build up stuff, inside Vic Jones. So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to be professional at all costs, but I'll only let so much slide until more repercussion takes place, John. But after that, man, we have match number 4. That's right,
Yeah,
our
we
guys.
saw more talent from Chile come in and go against some veterans here in the WDWA for a good match.
Yeah, this was probably one of my favorite matches on the card. We had Osvaldo Montaneres, Chaos, and Ram C versus AJ Morales, Cisco, and Ryo. Um, all of these guys, you had your team from Chile who is very familiar with each other. You can tell that they've worked, plenty together. They were quick tags. They knew where they had to be to team up against their competitors. It was a little bit different on the opposite side. You have Rio, Cisco, and AJ Morales, all three fantastic performers in their own right, singly. But because they haven't shared that side of the ring together, it was a little bit off, but they were able to take what they have, put it together, and make it work, John.
Yeah, definitely watching, both sides of the ring work was something to see. But, to see those three of, Cisco and AJ and Rio, that was something to see the three of them team up, because those three, they really have the respect of the WDWA crowd, and the crowd really loved seeing them together.
Yep.
It was another great match. But then we went into some handicapped action,
Yeah,
where
this
we
one got
saw.
crazy.
Oh yeah, it did. We saw Axel Crow taking on both members of Legion, or you should say all three. Well, not all three members, but both members of Legion plus Dex. And Dex did try to get involved, and it ended up where the wrong man got handcuffed to the ropes this time, because it wasn't Axel that got the handcuff, and Axel was able to come away with the victory in this one. But this
Yeah,
was
man.
not a lot of action there again, and basically another grudge match.
Yeah, I mean, we all thought he was crazy. We all thought Axel Crow was crazy to want to face two guys at the same time. I mean, that's just insane. I understand why he said it. He's like, I'm tired of looking over my back. I'd rather see them, both head on. But like, I thought it was crazy. You're getting in there with two grown men and a third on the outside. But he came in with a great game plan, and just seemed like everything was working in his favor. Like you said, they tried to handcuff him again. He outsmarted them, and old Phoenix got his wrist handcuffed. And then, John, I saw something that I never thought I would ever see in professional wrestling. I saw somebody, Axel, put Nair all over the head of his opponent. Now, John, I don't know if you're familiar with Nair. I don't know, man. Like, maybe you put someone on your head. I don't know. But one, the stuff stinks, and two, it uses the chemical to burn your hair off. So I'm excited to see exactly what Phoenix is going to look like next time we see him here at WDWA. I mean, you can't just put that much Nair on a human scalp and expect nothing to come from it.
Yeah, definitely. I actually remember one time, and this is as a child. This is one of the stories that Susie likes to tell to try to embarrass me. But as a young kid, I remember when Nair was roll on, and I thought it was a roll on deodorant. And I started asking Susan. She was in beauty school, and I said, "Why does this deodorant smell like one of your perms?" Yeah, I had used Nair as a deodorant. So.
Yeah. I'll keep my mouth shut for what I've used Nair for. But yeah, familiar with it.
But after that, we went into another great match. Where we got to see Tyler Hastings take on Pedro Pablo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pedro
and
Pablo made his debut here at WDWA. I've been looking forward to Pedro Pablo to come in for WDWA for such a long time. This was a fantastic match. Both great competitors. We've talked about the chip that Ty Awesome has been having on his shoulders, and how like not winning the heavyweight championship was going to impact him going forward. But he was able to pull out the victory in this one. John, what did you think? What did you think about Pedro Pablo? It's the first time you've seen him, right?
yeah, this is the first time I saw Pedro, and he was quite impressive. And I really look forward to seeing him again because I'm sure after that outing, I'm sure you'll be getting him back in there. But, Tyler Hastings with this new attitude he's got, fortunately he stayed away from the announce table this time.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
goodness.
good.
but, uh, but you can see not just a new attitude, you just see so much aggression out of him that you didn't used to see. And I don't know, he really is a tough competitor right now. And I don't know anybody who would want to be standing across from him with the aggression that he's putting out right now.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I mean, he's one of the guys that have been able to talk the talk and walk the walk, with the exception of, his heavyweight championship match. I mean, he's been nonstop, undefeated since uh, last September. So, you know, one loss in all that time. I mean, that says a lot, and to even that heavyweight championship match. I mean, that was he found out the day of the show, at the show actually, that who he's been training for, he wouldn't be facing, and and trying to prepare for somebody in the ring like Mr. Grimm last minute. I can understand how he just wasn't ready for that. So like, I'm not going to fault him too much for that loss, but I mean, it's just gas on a fire. I think he's just going to continue to keep coming in like a freight train, just firing away. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, he really is. But you mentioned the loss to Mr. Grimm, and you know, technically in the rule books and everything, yeah, Mr. Grimm got the 3 count, and so Mr. Grimm did win. He was the champion. But in reality, can you really say Tyler Hastings lost that match? Because you're going against somebody like Mr. Grimm that people would automatically think, oh, this is going to be a slaughter. And you end up putting him into concussion protocol by the time the match is over. Uh,
Yeah.
I can't say that Tyler Hastings outright lost that match. It's just
Well,
the way he handled it.
honestly, like I can say that yes, he lost the match. In the end, it takes there's only one victor at the end, and it was Mr. Grimm. That just goes to show you how tough Mr. Grimm is. You mentioned concussion protocol. I mean, this is a guy that took all of Ty Awesome. We were fearful of the concussion protocol and still was able to be victorious. So yeah, that speaks high volume with Ty Awesome, but it also speaks high volume on Mr. Grimm. So yeah, definitely.
But after that, we went into some women's tag action, you know, where we got to see our women's champion Tiffany Grady, and she was tagging with Gabby Gilbert, and they went against the great Sis Sasaki and Scarlett Midian, or Scar.
Maiden.
I always do that. I don't know why. Scarlett
Yeah.
Maiden.
Yeah, the
You know,
number one contender for the women's championship, John. Scarlett Maiden.
you know that match was actually a very good match as well. You saw a lot of back and forth action, but of course, in the end, it came down to Scarlett and Tiffany. Because Sis and Gabby kind of went at each other themselves. So it just ended up being the two of them. And of course, in the end, we actually saw Scarlett get the pinfall for this match. And so it was quite impressive. And of course, this coming weekend, if we see that again, we're going to have a new champion.
That's right. All roads from all may she reign. All the roads lead to this Saturday. Since winning the over the top rope rumble, Scarlett Maiden's just been killing it. And the fact that she just pinned the heavyweight champion, the women's heavyweight champion, like clean, like John, that's huge. That is freaking huge, man, because nobody's been able to do that since before last Berkeley Mania. She's just been on fire. So, great match. All four of these women showed up to fight. Looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. I mean, we know that Tiffany and Scarlett Maiden, they're going to link up here soon, but I'm looking forward to seeing Gabby and Sasaki down the line as well. I mean, both of those girls, tough as nails, man. Can't wait to see them back in the ring.
Yeah, definitely. Because you can tell those two aren't liking each other very much at all, and to see those two get in the ring one-on-one against each other again would be something uh, that would be one heck of a match. So definitely looking forward to seeing that. But then we went into our main event where we saw a heavyweight championship match where Mr. Grimm was going against AJ. Excuse me. But sorry, Mr. Grimm was going against Mason Drake. And, this is the second time we've seen Mason Drake in WDWA. And, Mason, he actually has been very impressive to watch. And, so in the end, though, Mr. Grimm was actually able to come out with the win on that one, retaining that title. However, we get Money and Power music. We get a masked man who I I don't know who that masked man was at all. I don't know if you know who it was. But we had a masked figure come out, and then we ended up with Austin Kingsley out there, who everybody we thought he was hurt. We know he had been in a car accident. We've seen pictures of his car. We know the car accident actually happened.
Yeah, I know 100% it did.
We thought he was hurt, but here he comes, and he hit Mr. Grimm with that trophy, and then ended up pinning him for the title. So ended up in the end with Austin Kingsley as your new world heavyweight champion. And, everyone was in shock to see that. It's just total disbelief.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about having that Holy Grail, and we'll talk about it later when we talk about the qualification matches coming up. But like the thing about that Grail is you have such an amazing opportunity, right? You get to pick and choose when and where to challenge the heavyweight champion. So you got to be very strategic, and it's hard to argue that guys like Austin Kingsley and JTR and all those guys, aren't intelligent guys. I mean, I'm sure this is, well prepared, well in the making. And he just sees such a great opportunity. I mean, I never thought, well, first of all, like anybody that challenges Grimm is already insane. And to be able to get into the ring with him, obviously they were going to have to come up with some ideas on how to slow Grimm down in order to be able to pin, and that's exactly what he did. He was able to do everything he could prior to the bell ringing, and definitely seized the opportunity. And I don't want to take nothing away from Mason Drake. I thought he did very well against the heavyweight champion. You said he was very impressive. I agree with you 100%. We mentioned it on the last show that I think it's just bad timing for him. I think if he gets this shot again down the line, like, his percentage of winning that match would be much greater than it was. But it is what it is. It was another win for Mr. Grimm on Mason Drake. But unfortunately, the first loss for Mr. Grimm against Austin Kingsley. So, but yeah, that was tough luck, buddy. Another great WDWA show. I really enjoyed it. It was one of those ones that I could just sit back at the end of the night, just be proud of the way it went, the way the night went. very little very little headaches, lots of love going around the WDWA arena, the South Berkeley Fire Hall. So, yeah, man, another one in the books.
Yeah, and when it was all said and done, last show we made the picks for the fans weigh in, and as usual, you came in the bottom with
What?
4. We had
I
Matt.
don't know about that.
Matt joined us. He actually came out with 5. We actually had Luke stay on and do some picks with us, and he actually had 5 as well. And then, as usual, I came out on top with 6.
Oh, rub it in, John. I'm gonna win one of these
Uh,
days.
maybe one of these, we'll see. But yeah, another great show. And if you missed it, you know, you can always get caught up by tuning in on Thursday nights to Frontline. Juan puts in a lot of work over there on Frontline, and he makes sure that you don't miss anything. You can sometimes catch some interviews or something that happens backstage that nobody even knew about over on Frontline. So, be sure to check that out. And of course, you'll hear myself, Dashing Donnie Diablo. Uh, we'll we get joined occasionally by Steve Netz and maybe some others from time to time, on the commentary. So be sure to check it out. And I think we got a little clip to roll here for that.
Step into the big house. Earn your stripes in the big house. The crowd is jumping, the crowd is loud. Everybody's rowdy all around the WDWA.
It's every Thursday night, 8 p.m. on YouTube. Wild Patriot 22. Be sure to check out Frontline. It's great production there by Juan.
That's right. Juan's always killing it over there. Thanks, Juan, for everything you do, brother. So, John, big guest tonight, man. Rockstar Kelli.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to getting him in here and talking with him. He's got a big matchup coming this weekend. It's a Holy Grail qualifier where I believe the Mid-Atlantic Championship is actually on the line as well, against Ranch Hand Carlson. So he's got a big opportunity here.
Yeah, huge opportunity. I'm looking forward to see what he has to say about it. Why don't you go ahead and bring Rockstar Kelli on?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Rockstar Kelli.
Welcome to Elevation, Rockstar.
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Now, is Rockstar your birth name?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
That's a non-disclosure. Where's my music?
Well, we thought you were playing yourself in.
Are you kidding me? You know who I am? I play myself in. Are you kidding me, John Haas?
He wants the VIP treatment, John.
They hit play, I come out. You know how this stuff goes. Everybody does. Anyway,
well, first of all, Rockstar Kelli, we appreciate you taking your time tonight, to spend time with us here at Elevation. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot of gigs going on, a lot of wrestling matches, on your schedule. So I'm happy that you had some free time to step away from all of, I don't know, all your groupie fun, just to come hang out with us young guys over here.
it's an honor. It's an honor to be here as well. Had a response for that one. They wanted me to answer you in some certain kind of ways, but I think I'm kind of sick of being somebody that I'm not here, boss. Because here's the truth. There's a few people that know it within your circle. There's a few people that don't know it. But I'm coming for the top. Do you notice something about my outfit here, Hoss? You notice something about me here that I'm missing?
You trying
That's a
to say
belt.
you have no belt?
It's a belt, brother. The next opportunity I get, there's going to be one around my waist. And you can count on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard earlier, we were talking about you being on the show. Both of us think highly of you. I think you're very talented young kid. I think you have a bright future. I think, this upcoming match is going to be a huge test for you. And it's one of those things where you are going to have to show your worth, and you're going up against the current Mid-Atlantic champion for a shot in the Holy Grail tournament, and the thing about the Holy Grail tournament is whoever wins that title, just like we just talked about, Austin got to cash in as a heavyweight champion. So this is one of those opportunities that could be just golden for you. Any thoughts on your upcoming match with Ranchan Carlson?
Ranchan Carlson seems like a good dude. I don't know a whole lot about him behind the scenes, but he seems like a real stand-up kind of guy. But there's one thing wrong with, someone like him coming up against someone like me. I believe the greatest of all time said it, but your time is up and my time is now. You understand? I hit the ground running. I decided to step into this world and make it my own. And ranch hand Sean Carlson is no different. He is but a step in the staircase to the top.
Well, I've definitely been, very impressed, from all the action that you've done here at WDWA. But, looking at the win-loss record, man, you're kind of falling on that negative side of that.
Oh, that doesn't count. Okay. First of all, you can't look at it by numbers. Okay. Victory is not measured. Hold on. I have one for this too. Victory is not measured by losses. Okay. One of the greatest said that about war, and that's the truth. You put me up against Ace Christian. What was that guy's name? Jesse James or Rick Rude or
Rock,
gosh, whatever the flippy dude was. You put me up against him,
Rex Riddle.
and then who was Thunder Road? It all blends together these days. You put me up against 3 different guys. Do you understand what that does to my chances in that ring? If you would have put me up against just Ace Christian, he wouldn't have stood a chance. He's a fighter, man. But nobody can go one-on-one because I don't take risks. I don't lose.
Well, we've also put you up against another Ace as an Ace Montana, and you weren't victorious in that match either.
The unfortunate thing is about being taught. Ace is my teacher. I would have thought I could call him friend, but he stepped in the ring with me and he showed me that that's not the title. But he's my trainer. He's my You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It might be on the note.
He only taught me enough to get through. He didn't teach me enough to beat him.
Well,
I can't do anything about that.
So our videographer just made a great point here in the chat. He mentioned that ever since your match with Ace Montana, we haven't seen Ace. You injured him. He may have won the match, but you won the war. And Ace out experiences you. He outweighs you. He's a lot stronger than you, and you still were able to find a way to take out that veteran. That goes to show even, at your young stature, just breaking into this business is like, you're willing to do whatever it takes to succeed.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. Your time is up and my time is now, man. I don't use that the same way that John Cena did. Okay, I say that as in my time has come to take over your time. Whether you like it or not, you're going to see this face. You're going to see my hand in the air. And R. Kelly is going to have you pinned to the mat. It doesn't matter who you are, unless you're Ace Montana. That was an unfortunate loss, I think.
I'm just glad that R. Kelly isn't peeing on anybody. So
that's
good.
Oh my God, no. It's my abbreviations, man. Rockstar Kelli.
I didn't get it. Oh,
come on, dude.
It's okay.
R. Kelly, really? You'd call me that? I called me that.
So John, before I jump into any more, you got anything for old Rockstar Kelli, R. Kelly here?
Say, John, how's your sister doing there, boss?
Uh-oh.
Hey, she's doing all right, and I'm sure she'll be there Saturday night, and you'll get to see her. But speaking of Saturday night,
we always have to. Sorry, John. Before we go any further, we always have to put out the wet floor sign when Rockstar Kelly's around. It just gets a little bit slippery over there around where your sister sits.
She loves me. She knows she loves me. Okay, it's. She should just admit it to herself at this point. Okay, she tries to boo me and put her hands up at me. She knows that belt should be mine anyway.
So this Saturday night, Ranch Hand had a few remarks for you, and we actually have them here. So let's go ahead and watch those real quick and get your reaction to what Ranch Hand had to say.
WDWA March 28th, I get to wrestle a kid I've had my eye on, Rockstar Kelli. In the Holy Grail qualifier match, Rockstar, we both have a lot going into this. See, everybody thinks this is just a regular match for a qualifier for the Holy Grail, but there's a lot going into this if you really think about it. Because Rockstar Kelli, you've never been in the Holy Grail, but me, I have. And last year, I beat Ty Awesome in the first round, and come second round, I lost to DeMarcus Kane. He beat me so close to winning it. And I think about it, if I had won it, if I had beat DeMarcus Kane, I took his knee out, and that's how Austin Kingsley got to win. And then the last show, he cashed in and won the WDWA Heavyweight Championship. That could have been me. See, Rockstar Kelli, you haven't tasted the sweetness of the Holy Grail. You haven't been in it to feel the emotion that goes into the Holy Grail, but I have, and that's something I'm biting for, kid. I want that again, and this year I want to win it. But you, Rockstar, you got all of it in front of you, too. This is a big match for you, too, because if you can beat me, not only do you get to go in the Holy Grail and taste it, you beat the guy that's holding the Mid-Atlantic Championship. You now raise yourself in the company. You become a person that they're going to look at and go, this kid could be something. You have a lot to fight for. But I have more. And kid, everybody can say bet on black and bet on red when they go to the casino. But everybody going to be saying bet on Carlson, daddy.
Intensity. What do you think, Kelly?
That was Sean Carlson.
That was Mr. Ranch Hand Carlson. That is correct.
Oh, okay. I might have had him confused.
Confused with who?
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. Listen. I'm not scared. Dude, stop thinking that I'm scared. I'm not scared, right? I'm not scared. You see this face? This is not the face of a guy that's scared. This is the face of a guy this is the face of a guy that's going to enter the Holy Grail Championship, okay? Because let me ask you this question, Mr. Jackson. Can I call you that?
Yes.
Mr. Jackson?
Sure.
Well, Gavin, let me ask you this question. Who's your heavyweight champion right now?
Austin Kingsley the fifth.
Do you know why he's your heavyweight champion?
I do. He sees the opportunity as Holy Grail champion from last year.
Because he's never been in the ring with me.
Uh-oh.
And that's the truth. I'm coming for the ankles. I'm coming for the knees. I'm coming for the back of the head. And I'm coming when you least expect me. And that's the truth.
What do you think, John?
You know, I find it interesting that, you know, here you're denying that you're scared, but I didn't hear anybody say that you were scared. You just
You
came up
did. You
with that on
mentioned
your
it.
own.
You pretty clearly said that you thought I was scared, and I'm not scared, right? Like, obviously. Hold that.
Let's back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. You know, let's try to give our audience a little bit more of a perspective on Rockstar Kelli. So I know a little bit about your background, but you know, tell me a little bit about, you know, when you grew, as you were growing up, were you ever a fan of pro wrestling?
To be honest with you, Gavin, I only ever really watched John Cena. He's kind of awesome. So I guess my answer would be no. I don't know. I saw the opportunity to hurt people, and I took it. That's kind of where I'm standing with it. You know, I was growing up, and I've always known that I was destined for the stage and for the spotlight. And, you know, gold's always been a personal favorite of mine. And I was playing on a stage one day, and I heard something happening next door. It was in Colonial Beach. I went next door, and there was this show happening. The company was called CCW, and they were, you know, it was a pro wrestling federation out in they do a lot out in Richmond. I've worked for them quite a bit, and that's where I met Ace Montana, and he showed me the ropes. He you know, he taught me everything I need to know, and more. And he's been a great leader in my pro wrestling journey. But yeah, I saw the opportunity to be able to punch people in the face and get away with it with nothing but a ref pointing at you and going, "Hey, buddy, can't do that."
Yeah, that's a great inspiration about getting into the business, man.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, no, and so far so good. You know, that you just mentioned that you met Ace Montana. I'm assuming you went to his school that he has down there.
Yeah, he's down in RVA Wrestling Academy. They are, I mean, that is one of the hardest working pro wrestling schools I've ever been to. And I mean, all jokes aside, it whipped my tail end. I don't know if I can cuss on here or not, but I'm going to refrain anyway. It whipped my tail end. And, you know, I think that anybody that thinks that they're a true pro wrestler, I think if they put themselves through that, you know, it would open a lot of eyes to how hard the business really can be. I mean, that school is, he shoots it straight. Nothing's easy. Nothing's gonna be handed to you. Money and miles, that's all that matters.
No, I think you're right. I think the proof's in the pudding. You know, we've had a handful of the students that came out of the RVA Academy. You know, yourself. We talked about TJ Price earlier, Keely Capri, Steel Hammer, you know, Rex Riddle. Like, it seems everybody that has come out of that camp and that we've showcased on WDWA has all brought something great to the table. So I definitely second that, you know, it's a great school. Whatever he's doing down there, he's doing very well. He's teaching you guys. You know, so hats off to them. Hats off to Ace for doing such a great job with you guys. But yeah, you know, so you were a fan of John Cena. You mentioned that you were on stage and you heard a ruckus from next door, which brought you into the wrestling business. But since you mentioned that stage, what were you doing on that other stage at the time?
So I am the singer of a Motley Crue tribute band. I've just always found that I can do Vince Neil a hell of a lot better than he ever did.
It's one of my favorite bands, by the way.
Really? Yeah, they're one of mine too. I just wish the singer didn't suck. I mean, if they would have used me, it would have been awesome. But
Years of drug use.
yeah, I guess that's just how it goes. But I'm definitely grateful to be able to play on stages the way that I am. But honestly, I think that the people should be grateful that I'm willing to play in front of them. And I think that that's something that when you wake up in the morning, you should thank. You should be like, man, I'm thankful that I get to witness Rockstar Kelli perform. And I don't think enough people get that through their head. Like, it's a privilege. It's not a right.
Got that, John?
I'm hearing it,
It's a privilege. Don't take it lightly, John.
I'm a beautiful man. Okay. I am
I
a
agree.
beautiful
I
man.
agree. I think you're a beautiful man.
I have beautiful hair, much like John Haas. And women love me. Okay. It doesn't matter what state I'm in. It doesn't matter what country I'm in. The women, they love me. They love to watch me. They love to talk to me. I kind of wish I could maybe get past that part, but none less the matter. Doesn't matter. Rockstar Kelly's the greatest to ever grace this earth, and that is the cold hard truth.
Yeah, I mean, whenever anybody, I've come to learn over the years of my life that sometimes reality is, in the eyes of the beholder, right? So like my reality may not be your reality. So I truly believe that you think that. So, so you mentioned you were in a Motley Crue cover band. Freaking love Motley Crue, one of my favorite bands to see live. How can fans that want to follow your singing career and your band, like how could they find out where you're playing? What's the name of the band? What are some of your social media links? How could they come check out Rockstar Kelli on the stage?
My handle is dead serious. We're called DEDDSIRIUS. I started that band when I was 14.
Wow.
And we've been ripping and rocking through the, pretty much all up and down the East Coast. We played in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, obviously. That's where I live. We've played in Maryland. We're working on a couple of places in Florida right now, and I'd like to move west. West Virginia, like if I have to, if they're going to pay me the right amount of money, the state's all right. I definitely don't want to go anywhere near Baltimore. That place sucks. But yeah, you can check me out as we're dead serious. DEDDSIRIUS. And my personal Instagram handle, you'll have to ask me for at the show. I don't give that out on the podcasts. But when you get to the show, you can talk to me. I'll probably give it to you.
I thought you were going to do a victory concert after you win Saturday.
I don't really know where I would do that at unless Mr. Gavin here is cool with me bringing my guitar, which I'm sure he's not because I'd probably hit somebody with it. No, I don't think I'll need a concert, honestly. The fanfare and the audience will be all I need. Because I'm telling you, once people realize that they're watching the future greatest to ever do it, it's gonna shift a lot of
your biggest fan. You just hurt his feelings.
Listen, him and I have beefed about Baltimore. I'm a Steelers fan myself. I know you guys probably love the Steelers.
Ugh.
And him and I beefed a little bit about that this last football season. And at one point in time, I almost offered him an opportunity in the ring. I knew you probably wouldn't be okay with that, but I almost offered him a chance to get in the ring because I would love to. Well, I love the guy. Never mind. I have all great things to say about him. Nothing personal.
You might want to check your note cards. Make sure you didn't miss anything on that one.
Mark R says anyone from Baltimore hates Baltimore.
That's hilarious. I love that.
I can't say much. I'm from Maryland, so I stick with my Maryland people. But yeah, Rockstar. So we talked about how you broke into the business as a pro wrestler. We talked about your background on stage. It's great that you kind of take both loves and you kind of intermingle them, and what we have together is what you see in front of us right now. Rockstar Kelli, who your confidence levels through the roof. It's at 1,000%. But I truly believe that you do back that up when you're in the ring. And I think that you do bring a lot to the table. So I don't think it's a shoe in that the Mid-Atlantic champion is going to advance and qualify for the Holy Grail tournament. But I do know that Ranch Hand Carlson, has been on a huge winning streak. He's been kicking everybody's ass he's been in the ring with. And you got your work cut out for you.
I definitely don't think it's going to be an easy one. I think that at the very least there's going to be some blood. But Ranch Hand Carlson, he's going to go down. And it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be, broken. It's gonna be, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be everything as advertised between me and that guy. And I'm so excited, for the opportunity to whip his tail end. Once again, I'll use, nicer terminology there.
I do want to point out and correct myself. Hollow Jamie Hall has entered the chat, and he wanted to remind everybody that yes, Ranch Hand Carlson has beaten a lot of people, but he has yet to beat Jamie Hall. So I'll give credit where credit is due. Those guys went into a time limit draw. I'm looking forward to seeing those guys eventually get back in the ring together, but I stand corrected. My apologies. But yeah, John, you got anything else for Rockstar Kelli? You are on mute, sir.
I just want to wish you good luck, this coming weekend. It's going to be a tall task, but if you do advance in the Holy Grail, it's going to be an even taller task because you've already got these 4 men right here on the screen that have qualified for the Holy Grail. So you have to get past these 4 if you get past Ranch Hand. And it's going to be a tall task.
So I'm prepared to climb mountains and to hike hikes that have never been hiked. But I don't think they're prepared for the destruction that lays in my wake. I mean, I'm going to rock them like a hurricane, dude. And it's not a phrase. I think it might have been a song at some point, but that's going to be pretty much equal to what I'm going to do with these gentlemen. But John Haas, I'm telling you one thing right now, brother. You, my friend, have earned the opportunity, I believe, anyway, to step in the ring with me as well. I would really like the opportunity to, face you in ring if you would be comfortable.
Wow, John, he's calling
for
you
that
out
belt that you've got.
He's calling you out for the FWWC Hardcore Championship.
Well, I don't think you're ready for it.
You think I'm not ready for it? You think I'm not ready for it, John? You're not ready for it! I am the greatest thing that professional wrestling has ever seen! And this Saturday, Ranch Hand Carlson is going to find out why Rockstar Kelli rocks the house down.
Oh, man, John, you just lit a fuse. And
You don't
that's
tell me I'm not ready, John.
and Mark R quoting Motley Crue, "Don't go away mad, just go away." Man, John, he's calling you out, brother. He just challenged you for the FWWC Hardcore Championship. Not afraid of you.
I'm always willing to defend it, but I don't think he's ready.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, once again, Rockstar Kelli, thank you for your time tonight. We appreciate you coming on Elevation. Everything that, John and I said about you prior to you coming on, as well as you being on, we both of us think very highly of you as a talent. I think you got your hands full. I think whether it's John, whether it's Ranch Hand Carlson and anybody else on the roster, WDWA is a place, full of talent, full of guys that are working really hard to make it to the top. So I believe you have what it takes to put your name in the rankings, but we've yet to see it here at WDWA. So looking forward to this match this Saturday. You got any last words for your opponent, Ranch Hand Carlson?
3 things. 1, I can't wait. 2, I guess just 2 things. Your time is up, and my time is now.
All right, John. Any last
What?
words, Rockstar Kelli?
I'm not done yet.
Sounds like he's got to get back to band practice, John.
Yeah, it looks like he's in demand here, so we better be letting him go. Just want to make sure he didn't miss anything on his cue cards there before we let him go. Then.
Oh,
You want to skim those real quick?
thank you for having me. I'll see you on Saturday.
Awesome. Well, it was our pleasure. We'll definitely do it again, down the line. But good luck with everything here this weekend, and huge match, your biggest match for you, up to date for WDWA. So looking forward to it.
Thank you.
All right, Rockstar. We'll see you soon. We'll see you Saturday.
Rock and roll, brother. See you there.
All right, brother. Man, I love it, man. I love the confidence from Rockstar. It's all fun and games, and it's fun to laugh at some of the things he says. But the thing is he backs it all up. We just talked about him, taking out Ace Montana. We haven't seen him for months. So yeah, he's in there. Yeah, he's a smaller guy. Yeah, he's a rocker. Yeah, he may not look like, he's one of the most badass fighters we have on the card, but he has delivered every single time he's been there. And, looking forward to seeing him versus Ranch Hand, John.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good match. I don't want to take anything away from Rockstar. He is a great wrestler, but it's going to be a good match to see, and it's a tough match to figure who's going to win, because both men, have a heck of a drive, but as Carlson pointed out in his promo, he's been there before. He wants to go back. And Rockstar, he wants to go there for the first time. So
Yep.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it. All right, John, Rockstar Kelli mentioned the FWWC. You want to tell everybody a little bit about what's going on at the FWWC and how they can get involved?
Yeah, FWWC, it's Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter. You have your fantasy baseball, you have your fantasy football, all your different fantasy leagues. We're fantasy wrestling, and fantasy wrestling, you make your picks based on WWE. We're getting ready to come up on one of our biggest shows of the year. We call it Universe Mania. It's our play on WrestleMania. So there's a big card involved in that. I'll be defending, still yet to announce who my opponent or opponents will be.
Could be Rockstar Kelli.
You never know. But it's going to be an interesting night. So we do role play, we do promos, and we have a good time with it. And you can find us on Facebook under Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter. And we got a little thing.
Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter, where the world's smartest wrestling fans come together to compete for real championships. Original characters, trash talking, picks during live events, pay-per-views, and even get-togethers like bowling, ice skating, and pool tournaments as well. We have members from across the globe who will stop at nothing to climb to the top of the fantasy wrestling power rankings. Simply the best fantasy wrestling group in the world. Why? Because of you, the creative and active members of the Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook, and if you want to join, there's a few questions there. You answer those, and one of us will get in touch with you. Probably me. I'm the one that normally gets in touch with them, and we'll get you going. So,
yeah, very cool stuff. Always like to hear what's going on over at the FWWC. Everybody seems to enjoy themselves. Looks like everybody's having a great time over there. So it's always cool to hear about it. John, one of the things that people like here about Elevation is they like the interaction that we have with the fans, and we're getting ready to do something that we always enjoy doing, which is our fans weigh in, where we get to have a lucky fan jump on the podcast and sort of give their weigh in on who they would think will win and lose in this upcoming show we have Saturday. And as everybody heard, I'm usually last. You're usually in first place. But tonight, we have Big Alex who's coming on. Him and his father, John Dodd, two fantastic human beings that come out to our shows and show us nothing but love. And we love having them here. I know we've been wanting them to come on for quite some time on the podcast. I'm glad we were able to make it work. But yeah, very excited to have Big Alex on the show, man.
yeah. So let's go ahead and bring them in here.
Here we go. There we are.
There they
Come
are.
on.
How we doing tonight?
How's it going, Alex?
Good.
Yeah, you having a good time?
Yeah. You excited for this?
Yeah.
You want to tell them anything before we get rocking and rolling? No pun intended.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure to have you.
And
I'm
John,
Yeah.
John?
can I be your opponent?
Can I be? Who wants to be your opponent?
He wants
Boy,
to wrestle you too,
everybody wants me tonight. I tell you,
Well-
I'm almost in demand as much as Rockstar thinks he is.
Well, I was a little disappointed that Rockstar couldn't name the Scorpions on "Rock You Like a Hurricane." So,
I know. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
and I'm surprised you guys didn't ask him to sing "Little Take Me to the Top" with that confidence he has. So,
Yeah.
I'm Molly Crew.
Yeah,
That should be his theme song.
I'm sure if
we
we
might
asked
have-
him, he would.
Well, we might have asked him, but then he would have probably wanted more money. So
Yeah, anything that he wants to hear his voice, he's all down.
Big Al and I, we're free of charge. You never have to worry about it.
What do you think, Alex? What do you think of Rockstar Kelli?
I like him. I think he's handsome, and I think he's not gonna win.
Oh, he's not gonna win. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I second.
Wow. Well, you talk about who's going to win. Are you ready to make some picks as to who you think's going to win the matches this coming weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, John's gonna keep track of that, big hardcore hoss. He'll keep track of what everybody says, and then he'll also shout out next week who's winner. So good luck to you, Alex. And John Dodd, you can jump on this as well too.
Oh yeah. I was planning on it. I didn't know if I
Yeah.
was able to, but I was going to make my predictions as well.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
So out of four of us, that's a better chance that I may not be in last place. So I like it.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Hey,
All right,
last
John.
1 week means maybe you're first the following. So
There you go.
4 people didn't help you much last time, though. But,
I know.
We'll see what happens.
I'm not good at this. Big Alex.
he's saying he's not great at predicting. You think you're going to be a good predictor tonight?
Yeah. my favorite wrestler is Jay Uso.
Oh, well, we're
Yeah?
going to WWE now. But we're
That's your
doing
favorite wrestler?
hey.
Can you give us a big yeet? There you go.
All right.
Alex is very excited, but we will be missing our first show in a long time. We're sorry, but we will be in Pittsburgh for Alex's birthday gift for
Oh,
SmackDown.
nice. He's going to
And,
SmackDown?
luckily, due to connections, we will be spending some time and meeting the one and only Tiffany Stratton.
Wow, very cool. Very
So
cool.
we'll bring back and show photos to you boys next time we're in the house in Inwood.
Yeah, definitely. We'd love to see it. Well, when's your actual birthday, Alex?
My actual birthday is February 12th.
Oh, okay. So it already happened. How old are you
Yeah.
now?
I'm 14.
Nice. Oh, they go fast.
They do.
But
do.
my
Right.
dad's favorite wrestler back in the day was Ric Flair.
Yeah, you can't beat
Oh,
Ric Flair,
yeah.
right,
Yeah,
guys?
he's one of the
I mean,
best.
Yeah, I grew up seeing him in Charleston, the old NWA Four Horsemen days.
Yep. Those were the best days. The best wrestling back then.
That's when I knew it, or at least started knowing it. How about that? So
Yeah.
All
Very
right. How
cool.
about we get into some of these matches here?
yeah. How about
So-
we get into some of these WDWA matches? What do you say?
I like it.
I like it
All
too.
right, let's do it.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
we're going to start here with we got the Goons who we've seen at the all women's show, and they're going to be going against the Brothers Gray.
I'm looking forward to this match, guys.
This is interesting.
Yeah, so anybody that knows anything about the Goons, man, those ladies are tough. I put any man on our card against those ladies, and I still will tell you that those ladies are tougher than any man on our roster, you know. So the fact that they're going in there against the Brothers Gray, who's an amazing tag team. I mean, this match, in my eyes, can go either way. Both great tag teams.
I thought you were already making your prediction there right off the bat.
I'm trying to figure it out as I talk out loud.
Okay.
What about you?
What order would you like us to go in?
Well, it doesn't matter. We can, Hardcore Hoss. What do you think, buddy? We'll start with you.
Well, you know, this one, it's going to be a hard one to choose because honestly, we've only seen the Goons the one time. So I can't say that we've got a lot to go on, but from what I've seen of the Goons, they are a tough tag team. And I think they're going to give Brothers Gray a run for their money. But honestly, I think I see Brothers Gray coming out on top on this one.
All right, so he's going with Brothers Gray. What do you think about Big Alex? Do you think it will be the Goons or the Brothers Gray?
I did like the games, but I might have to go for the Brothers Gray.
All right, Hardcore Hoss, you got another person on your team on this. What about you, John?
Well, we're going to make it 3. I've never seen the Goons wrestle, and I don't know if Alex has. Maybe he saw one time with his mother. But the last time I saw Brothers Gray, they gave a match and a half to Zakar and Clay.
Yeah, that was a good match.
To the point, at one point, I thought, man, this might be an upset. It didn't go their way. But either way, I thought, man, if these guys could have easily be the tag champs right now. So I'm going with Brothers Gray.
Wow. You know what? And I'm going to have to agree with you guys. Everybody on here, everybody came up with value points. I mentioned how good the Goons are. I think they're great. I think WDWA fans have only not even seen the tip of the iceberg with them, you know. So I know what they bring to the table, but you're right, John. The last time we saw them against Zakar and Clay, they were super impressive. So they continue to grow. Those guys are traveling all over the world, you know, owning their craft. So I'm gonna have to go with the Brothers Gray on this one.
All right. 4 horsemen.
That's yeah.
Yeah, we're all in agreement. That means we're all going to be wrong.
Yeah, that would have been your time to go with the Goons. Maybe you'd have went up 1-0.
Yeah, should have went with it.
Well,
Yeah.
So, all right. The next match we're going to talk about here Holy
Uh,
Grail qualification match
Oh,
where we're going to
man.
see one half of our tag champs, Zakar Shaw, going against Jamie Hall, who, as pointed out earlier, Jamie Hall has not been pinned in WDWA thus far.
yep.
So he has not had his shoulders to the mat for a 1, 2, 3. And
Yeah.
this one's going to be another tough one.
Yeah.
Huge match here. We talked about how important it is to qualify for this tournament, and how being in this tournament and winning this tournament can change your life. And we brought up Jamie Hall has not been pinned. I mean, how do you put a guy that's not been pinned into a tournament without him not winning? I mean, it's just insane. It's a car, man. John, Hardcore Hossman. We've talked about Zakar Shaw here plenty of times about how he's one of the best that's ever even been in WDWA. Multiple heavyweight champion. He's been a tag champion. He's been a light heavyweight champion. Just a phenomenal athlete who's had probably one of the best careers he's had in the last year or two. And if there's anybody that can beat Jamie Hall at this stage, I mean, my money would go on Zakar Shaw. How do the rest of you guys feel about it?
This is a great match. This might be one of my favorite matches. I don't know how you feel about that, Alex. You care if I go ahead and put mine in right away?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jamie Hall, not only has he not been pinned, he has confidently been winning every match he's been in. Even against Ranch Hand, 75% of the match, he was winning that match. I think the difference here is Zakar, who's also is an WDWA heavyweight champion. I remember when he beat Clay Jacobs in that no holds barred match. They're wrestling outside the ring and everything. I don't know how many years ago that was, but Jamie Hall is the tactician. That could be his nickname. I mean, Jamie Hall. He's got the most horrible wrestling name I think I've heard. Jamie Hall. He should just be the tactician, and the tactician, in my opinion, is the dark horse to get the Holy Grail, and so he is getting the W because Zakar has not been doing singles wrestling, and anyone that knows wrestling and goes from singles to tag. I mean, look at Jey Uso. We discussed him earlier. It's not the same game. The energy level, there is no one to tag to get your breath for a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that because, Jamie Hall just said in the chat, that he doesn't have his buddy to save him, referring to Clay Jacobs, and he also wants to chime in about some other stuff. I didn't give him Carlson. He's going to break Zakar because of that.
Yeah.
Of course, he's gonna point fingers at me, say it's my fault, blah 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 blah. But the truth is people qualify for who they're qualified against. So there's different people that we feel are put into those situations where they can qualify, and the fact that he's facing Zakar Shaw, I mean, it was all just random picks just from guys that's earned it. But it's one of those things. You hit the nail on the head. If Clay Jacobs isn't there, we've seen other people take advantage of Zakar Shaw, with the Uncrowned Kings being able to take as good as Zakar is and break them down for that for the chance be victorious. I mean, do you Alex, do you think Jamie Hall has what it takes to outsmart Zakar Shaw in this, or do you think Zakar's going to win?
I might need time to think about it. Let's let the other John go ahead and make his prediction first.
He's
All right,
struggling
John.
with this one. He's on the fence. I don't
right.
blame Alex.
Yeah.
It's one of the 3 or 4 matches that you could easily go either way. And Jamie's making his point. Do we know if Clay's there or not? Do we know Clay may not in some way, shape, or form get involved?
Well, right now, Clay is not scheduled to appear this Saturday, so it will be Zakar Shaw by himself versus Jamie Hall by himself. So this would be, a clean one-on-one. May the best man win. But I don't know. I mean, Zakar Shaw's a lot younger guy. I mean, he's got the cardio. I'm sure he's wrestling almost every day of the week. You know, I know Jamie, just like myself, has a little bit of father time on his side and or against him. And that's one thing that's hard to get in the ring with the younger talent. And the fact that Zakar Shaw brings the resume that he brings into this match, you know, yeah, Jamie might be the veteran in this, but you know, I don't know. Zakar's red hot, man.
I don't think you can. If whoever you go for, you can make a point.
Yep.
You know, I voted Jamie Hall. If I'm,
And
I could easily be incorrect. If all three of you went with Zakar, I'm not going to 100% disagree with you.
What'd you think, Hardcore Hoss? Alex was wondering what you were thinking.
you know, this one, as we've already said, it's going to be a tough match to call because, you know, either one of these could take the victory very easily. And, you know, but at the same time, you got to wonder about the knee and leg of Zakar Shaw. I mean, we saw Uncrowned Kings take it out a few shows ago. And then, you know, the very next show we saw Uncrowned Kings, you know, they were going at that leg again. And so you got to wonder, yeah, he's missed a show since then. But is that knee 100%? And if not, you know, Jamie is going to capitalize on that. You know, Jamie knows that injury is there. And so he'll use that to his advantage. At the same time, you got to wonder, though, there's this beef between Jamie and Ranch Hand. And you know Ranch Hand's there.
Yep.
Is Ranch Hand going to be a factor in this match? You know, is he going to let Jamie wrestle this match and let it be a clean match and not come out, not do anything? That's something else to think about and you got in your mind.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to do that if you're Ranch Hand Carlson. I mean, we just talked about, you know, how good we thought Rockstar Kelli was, you know. I don't think it'd be smart on Ranch Hand Carlson to poke the bear in Jamie Hall, because you don't want the bear poking back in his match either. You know, the last thing Ranch Hand would want is for Jamie Hall to interfere in his match. But you just never know in WDWA.
Well, and
do we know who's wrestling first?
We don't know yet. We don't know. The card's still being put together.
Well, and at the same time, you know, you mentioned the other match, but will Hall stay out of it even if Ranch Hand stays out of his?
You can wait.
Yeah.
But you know, that's for a later match. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of back and forth in this one. But I see Hall coming out victorious in this somehow. You know, I don't see him taking that 3 count in this match.
I'll let Big Alex answer last. So I'll go ahead and throw mine in real quick so Alex can answer. But I like upsets. You know, I like being on the, you know, I like for things to happen that people don't think is going to happen. And I think it would be huge to have somebody pin Jamie Hall. And I'm a betting man, and I would bet on Zakar for that. So I'm going to have to go with Zakar Shaw on this time with the upset.
And if there's someone that could do it, it would be Shaw.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. What about you, Big Alex?
One of the 5 or 6 guys that could do it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I do like Jamie Hall. I think he's awesome, but who I think is gonna get the W, I think it's gonna be Sakala.
Nice. Looks like we're half and half there.
We have a separation now, hardcore.
Yeah.
Hoss, I don't know if you saw it or not, but you know, Jamie Hall just said that's the smartest thing that you've ever said. Is to put your money on the hollow one.
Yeah, and I don't see Ranch Hand getting involved unless he has a clean match and it comes early.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
stranger things have happened, right? But
Yeah, no, definitely looking forward to it. I mean, when that match came together, it's like one of those times where you see these two competitors go against. You're like, whoa, like this could like steal the whole night. This is a great match. So definitely when that match got put together, it was one of those like feel good moments of like, man, this is what WDWA is going to bring to the table, and definitely a marquee match here for this upcoming show.
yes.
So
Agreed.
actually, one of the matches I'm looking forwards to in the night, which a lot of people may be sleeping on because they may not really know a lot about half of it. This is War versus Double Tap. This to me is going to be a very interesting match. I mean, you've got This is War, and we've seen them time and time again, and and then you have Double Tap, who a lot of people may not know a lot about them, but I'm sure they actually recognize them from doing the security there at the shows, and they've been training, and so this one to me is going to be a very interesting match. I can't wait to see what double tap is actually going to have for This Is War.
Susie has the belt.
Yeah, John.
Is
go
this
ahead.
Double Tap's first match in WDWA?
They've been in some battle royals, but this is the first time ever as a tag team and to showcase their talents here at WDWA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty.
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it.
Hit it home.
I will take This Is War with Lio because my dad likes Lio.
All right.
And I'll go ahead. I'll second that. As much as I spoke highly about Jamie Hall, I think very similarly about Rajo or Ryo. He pronounced it. Good wrestler, great moves, smart. And I think you put Smart with Maniac on the same tag team. So you can almost got a little bronze and a little brain type play there.
Controlled chaos.
Well, yeah, going against guys for their first match. I mean, they may have a little inside track because they know our beloved owner very well. With that said, I agree with Big Al. The W goes to This Is War.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to bet against that. Here we are. It's trainers versus students, as Hardcore Hoss put it out there. It's one of those old sayings. I tell you everything but I don't tell you everything I know, right? So I'm sure there's things that Ryo and KO Von Du have not trained other people on what to do. But at the same time, you got two hungry young guys who are wanting to make their mark here in WDWA in the pro wrestling world. I remember how it is to feel that hunger. There's nothing like it, and all you want to do is, one, you want to live your dream, and two, you want to you just want to come in and just let everybody know that, hey, we're serious, and take us seriously. So when you add that on, it definitely gives Double Tap a lot more. It makes them winning more important than it is for Ryo and KO Von Du to win. So that being said, as much as I love KO Von Du and Ryo, I'm going to give it to the newcomers here. I'm going to go with Double Tap on this one.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point. There's no tape on these guys, really.
Yep.
So is This Is War? How do they prepare? How do they know what might be coming next?
Yeah.
There is an aspect of that comes into play. And I agree with you with the energy as well. They're going to want it more.
Yeah, what's good about it is like it's the you always hear like the fear of the unknown, right? So you hit the nail on the head. It's not like they're back watching tape and everything like that. Like we don't know what they do on outside of training school and stuff like that. I do know those guys are are very close. They see each other on like almost daily, almost daily, and I'm sure they've been working real hard on their craft. But John, looks like a hardcore Haas, looks like he got 2 for This Is War and 1 for Double Tap. What do you guys say, brother?
I'm going to have to go with This Is War on this one. Honestly, I think Double Tap, they're going to want to show what they've got. They're going to really want to showcase themselves. And, I know with Payne, you got to watch out for that sling blade, because if he gets that sling blade, it could very well be over. But honestly, it's like you said, I think Ryo, he has taught them everything that they know, but not everything that he knows. So I think Ryo will pull it out in the end and I think This Is War will take it.
Well said, Hoss. Sorry, Gavin.
So
It's all right. I'm used to being out on the island.
That's okay. Yeah, on this one you're going out. But they are your boys. So
Yep. They're all my boys.
yeah, but a little differently from that aspect. But yes, I hear you.
Yeah.
all right. So next up, we got
Ah.
another Holy Grail qualifier, and this one we're gonna see Y Keys teaming with Stephen Forte, and on the other side you're gonna see Tyler Hastings tagging with Vic Jones. Now this is going to be interesting. We saw a lot of back and forth between Tyler Hastings and Victor Jones, Cake Boss, but now with this new attitude, with this new Vic Jones, Tyler is one of them that kind of brought this out of it. And so it's definitely going to be interesting to see these two in the same corner on the same team and see if they can get on the same page. So, but Y Keys and Stephen Forte, he's no stranger to tag team wrestling, but not with Y Keys. Of course, Y Keys, he's no stranger to tag team wrestling either, but not with Forte. So can they get on the same page? It's going to be an interesting match to see, and I can't wait.
Yeah, a lot of history with Supremacy with these guys. I mean, their history goes, a couple years in the making. Both of them trained together. They were breaking into the business together. Both of them went separate ways in the tag teams, and then found themselves competing in WDWA and teaming up as Supremacy. With those 5 guys probably had one of the best WDWA careers out of most people that have lace boots to come into the arena. But this is a very interesting match. All 4 guys great on their own. All 4 guys have found success here in WDWA. We have talked highly individually about all 4 of these guys. This one's up in the air for me. Like, I'm gonna have to take a second and think about this one. But what about you gentlemen?
Well, quick question. So is there a tag team Holy Grail as well?
No, it's not a tag team Holy Grail. What it is it's gonna have 2 people qualify at one time than it is a single person qualify. So
I got you. So if Y Keys and Fuerte win, they move on it for the Holy Grail, or vice versa.
Yep, correct.
Okay, got it.
Yep. So that being said, is we have 4 people that are already qualified in the Holy Grail right now, which is Sean Cannon, CEO, AK Bane, and now Aristote. And then for this show, you will have either Zakar Shaw or Jamie Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You will have Stephen Forte and Y Keys, or Victor Jones and Ty Awesome. And then the following match will be either Rockstar Kelli or Sean Carlson. And by the end of Saturday night, we will know who all 8 participants in the Holy Grail will be.
Gotcha. So, Alex, would you like to say anything before any predictions? I have something to say, but I'll let you go first. CEO is a cheater. Wow. Somebody's coming strong. What's CEO have to do with this, Megan? Anyways, let's get back to the match at hand. So Ty Awesome, now that goes as Ty Hastings, was our favorite wrestler when we first started coming to these events 3-4 years ago. We're completely fine with him changing his name and his role changing. I don't feel he was given justice in that match versus Grimm. I thought there should have been a count out and he should have received the title, but that's in the past.
Makes a good point, though.
With that said, Y Keys is on a roll. I mean, of these four guys, if you ask me, you put a gun to my head and see which one could win the Holy Grail, it's Y Keys. I'm not even thinking twice. But it is
Wow.
So I'll go ahead and vote. If I go with my heart, I'm going with Ty Awesome. If I go with my head, I'm going with Keys and Fuerte. So I'm going with my head, Keys and Fuerte.
All right, that's Keys and Forte for John. What about you, Big Al?
I do like Victor Jones and Tyler Hastings, but I have to give it to my Keys and Steven.
There you go. Why? Everyone's been
Why?
saying it in the comments.
Yeah, you make a good point. Why Keys is red hot right now.
Yes. I mean, he did beat our champ, right?
He did.
basically beat our champ.
He did. He has pinned Austin Kingsley's shoulders to the ground. That's a huge point.
Yeah.
Except when Austin Kingsley beat Mr. Graham.
Yeah.
Well, we're speaking about the Holy Grail as we speak. It got played. Now we're going to have a new individual get it here soon. So,
what about you, Hardcore Hoss? Looks like we have two people for Forte and Keys.
I really like Y Keys, and I hate to go against Y Keys in any match, but for this one, Victor Jones has that new attitude now, and it's a I don't care attitude. He just wants to inflict pain. When it comes to Tyler, he has that same attitude now. And after seeing what Tyler did to Mr. Grimm, I mean, he may not have won that match, but
or did he?
Putting Mr. Grimm into concussion protocol, putting Mr. Grimm through a table, that's just something that I never thought I'd see somebody do, especially somebody, Tyler Hastings sized with Mr. Grimm. So I think I'm going to have to take Tyler Hastings and Vic on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, you come up with a lot of valid points, John. And same thing with you, Alex and John as well. Like, this is a hard coin toss. This is one of those ones you toss a coin in the air and it just lands on its side. I mean, it's that crazy. It could go either way. But I think Hardcore Hoss is on to something. I think you put Jones and Hastings back up against the wall. I mean, these guys they just start fighting. And it goes from a wrestling match to a fight. And if this match ends up into a fight, I think Hastings and Jones is going to have to take it. I know Forte is also red hot. We haven't seen him in a handful of shows, but he's red hot. Since coming back from his injury and putting back the Sigma males, I mean, they've been red hot. One of the best tag teams. But it's been a little while since Forte and Y Keys have had any sort of collaboration together. So not sure if they could, if some of those bad times are gonna show their face and cause a little chaos. But I'm gonna agree with Hardcore Hoss on this one. I'm gonna go with Hastings and Jones.
Okay. These guys went against us. How's that make you feel? Ty Awesome, and see, you got a lot of Ty Awesome fans is the last name Dodd, just for what it's worth. He's
I,
probably listened to the show, but we're some big Ty Awesome fans in here, aren't we?
Yeah. My mom's on here.
Yeah, that's his mother.
yeah, I see.
Keeps bringing up things.
Does your mom have a favorite WDWA wrestler?
Thinks he likes Black Keys.
Why, Keys.
She'll probably answer here shortly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Meg.
Megan, who's your favorite WDWA wrestler, Megan?
So let's talk about the next matchup here while we wait on the answer. And we're going to talk about one that we talked about earlier. You know, Rockstar Kelli versus Ranch Hand Carlson. This is definitely going to be a good match. I really look forward to it.
Yeah, we talked about this match a lot earlier in the night with Rockstar Kelli. We saw the video from Carlson. Again, could be a coin flip, couldn't be, but after watching that video with Carlson, I mean, the aggression's there, the focus is there. He's the Mid-Atlantic champion for a reason. My money's gonna have to go on Ranch and Carlson on this one.
Yeah, and the title and the moving on to the Holy Grail are both on the line, correct?
Yes,
correct.
Okay. He is a current favorite. Y Keys is a current favorite. Oh, Y Keys, Clay Jacobs, and Ty Awesome. There's your three.
She got the hat trick.
Yeah. So, Alex, do you have any commentary, or would you like to vote on this one, or do you want Hardcore and myself to go first?
I'll vote.
Okay. What are your thoughts first on this match?
I do like Ranch Hand, but I think Jamie Hall might cost him the match, so I might have Rockstar Kelli take the dub.
Okay, I'll take the dub. Okay, so you're going opposite of Hardcore, and that Jamie Hall's going to affect Ranch Hand's match.
Yeah, okay. That's smart. Never know.
That's right. Me or you, Hoss?
Go ahead.
Another one of my favorite matches of the night that I'm disappointed that I will be missing. Like both wrestlers, but size, weight advantage, belt on the line. Tick, 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 baby. Tick, 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 tick. Now, since I've got you here, Gavin, if my prediction is correct, I'm going to make a request.
Oh, yeah?
I would love to see the winner of Ace and Chulo put that title on the line against Rockstar in a light heavyweight title match.
Or a ladder match.
We can make it a ladder match if they're up for it.
All right, I'll
Knee can hold up for that right now.
I'll keep it in my head.
Yeah, we're not. It's not a demand. It's a request. How about that?
I always love to hear it. I always love to hear people's requests and what they like to see. Because I like to provide. So yeah. I take all the feedback and everything anybody ever wants to give me.
I think we got a lot of great light heavyweight guys with Ace and Chulo. You had Rockstar in. You had Ty Awesome. I mean, any given night, those four guys wrestling, that's a tough choice for me.
Yep.
Or it could be like a street fight or a cage match.
Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah, he's going for more stipulations. I like It's been a while since we've had a ladder match, though, so I kind of second that from Big Al.
You want me to buy extra insurance, huh, Big Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also been a while for the cage match because it's in the last year in December.
Yeah, that was the last cage match. Yeah, that was AK Bane, right? Yeah.
AK and DeMarcus. That was great.
So he wants you to have a ladder match inside a cage.
I think he'd be fine for that, or either or. I would say, if I'm to piggyback on what he said, I think it's been a while since we've had a ladder match.
And it's also been a while since we had a street fight too, because that was also last year in December.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
I
All
hear
right,
it.
Paul.
I hear it.
Yeah, he's listening. Sorry, maybe I opened a can that I shouldn't have.
No. I love to hear it.
One
Trust me.
request to 17.
I love it. I love it. Hardcore Hoss, who do you got for this match, buddy?
Well, we've talked a lot about this match, and I think they're both going to be hungry. They both want to make it to this Holy Grail. Like say, Ranch Hand wants to get back to it again, and Rockstar wants to make his first appearance in it. But I think I'm really going to have to go on this one with Ranch Hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Good pick.
All right. So the next match, we're going to see the return of Ace Austin, who we haven't seen since he lost that light heavyweight championship. We're going to see him come back and get a rematch against Chulo Montana for that light heavyweight championship. So this one, it's definitely going to be interesting. We've seen them go at it a couple of times now, and it's been interesting every time. And I think this one's going to be just as interesting.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this rematch for quite some time. Ace Christian was on fire here at WDWA, and it took a knee injury, and then somebody smart enough to capitalize on that knee injury, and that was Chulo Montana. And Chulo Montana has been running wild as a light heavyweight champion, but now that Ace Christian, he's healed up, he's back to 100%. He's going to come back, and we're finally going to see a 100%. Ace Christian versus a 100% Chulo Montana. So I'm looking forward to this match.
So do we know Ace is 100%?
Yeah, the last time I talked to him, he said everything has been going well. His doctor's appointments have been going well. His knees, back to 100%. I mean, of course, once you injure something, there's always something there. But
sure. But he's cleared medically. He's cleared.
He's medically cleared.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'll take the vote first.
Okay.
All right.
You got? Ace or Chulo?
It's been a while since I've seen Ace, so I'll go ahead and take the Ace for the dub.
Yep. I'm actually gonna second that. I think Ace Christian was a amazing champion. I thought he was fantastic. He was running through the light heavyweight roster. Now that he's learned some of Chulo's games and now that he's 100%, I think he's going to come back and capture what he lost. So I'm going to agree with you, Big Al, and I'm going to go with Ace Christian.
I'm going to third that because
man.
My initial fear before you even started bringing up this one was, what's his knee, right?
Yeah.
He hurt his knee the match before the match with Chulo. I think against Ty, if I remember correctly. He was limping around a little bit after the match, and then it gave him more issues against Chulo. But if he's 100%, which obviously you never know until you start getting 3, 5, 10 minutes into a match, and when you start talking about knees, especially on a wrestling mat, all it takes is one buckle or twist. But I'm going to trust and look at you, Gavin, as an honest man that knee is 100%.
That's what he tells me.
Well, you're not wrestling anymore, so we're not going to go back to those days. Maybe you will. Hopefully you will.
You never know.
Again, but I'm going to go with Ace as well, even though there is in the back of my mind at any given time, if that thing gives out a little bit, it's going to be just like the last match, and Chulo's going to keep the title. But I'm going with Ace.
All right, John, you out there on the island? Or are you jumping on the island? You out here with us?
I think this one I'm going to be on the island. I think I'm going to have to go Chulo. I know actually I've had knee injuries in the past, so I know your knee, it can heal up, it can be 100%, but it can come back on you so easily.
Yeah.
And Chulo is going to exploit that. I know he will. He's going to go after that knee, and he is going to try to bring that injury back. Um, and so, I can see Chulo retaining the title on this one. I like Ace. I hate to go against him. And I'm sure I'm going to hear about it. Every time I've ever said anything, he's jumped right on it. So I'm sure I'll hear about it. But you know, as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to have to go with Chulo.
All
I'll
right.
add, I'll add this. I'm not the biggest Ace fan. I won't speak for Alex. I'm not the biggest Ace fan, but Ace does have what I call the it factor when it comes to being a champion. He has the ability to dig deep when you think he's at 0%, like all the champions do in every league and association. And I've seen him where it's like, man, he's done. And then he isn't done. And
He's got a lot of heart.
you. So he's got the heart of a champion. But like Hall said, man, if that knee buckles at all, it's over. It's Chulo.
Yep. All these valid points. Yep.
So,
All right. So on this one, I guess I'm out here on the island by myself, but that's okay. I
I
don't
know
mind.
how it feels. I know how
hey,
it
being
feels.
on the island and what brings you the W when there's 4?
So now we'll talk about the women's championship match. This match has been in the making for a while now. We've been clamoring to see this. Scarlett Maiden versus Tiffany Grady. This is going to be one heck of a match. Of course, with Tiffany, I'm sure you're going to have Jason Curtis. I'm sure that you'll have her ring announcer out there. You know, it's definitely going to be a numbers game, and so I'm having a hard time calling this one. Tiffany has honestly, she's been a great champion. She's been a fighting champion, and so it's hard to imagine anybody taking this off of her. But Scarlett is on such a roll, and Scarlett, you can tell she wants it. You can see that fire, and I could see Scarlett as a champion. She would be awesome as the champion, and I think people would love having her as the champion. So I don't know which way to go right off on this. So I'm gonna let you guys
Here we
say
Here we-
who you think. But
Here we go. Hoss was a little chicken to go first. He had to put it back on the. You're gonna put that on Big Al, man.
I'll go.
Oh well, he's taking the ball and running with it. Your thoughts on Scarlett versus Tiffany?
I do like Scarlett. I think she's pretty, but Tiffany Grady's prettier.
Oh, so you're gonna go with Tiffany Grady?
Well, so
Mhm.
here's I'm gonna say if it's okay with Gavin, I'm gonna come out from the cloud and put Tiffany Grady's foot on the bottom rope and let Tiffany Grady take the dub.
Oh, I don't know if you want to do that.
So now this adds another aspect. Well, we're not going to be there, so that does not add an extra element to this match. So
Yeah.
so Big Al can't get involved. But my biggest fear in this match was JC's involvement. We all saw the tag match last time. We all saw Scarlett and Sasaki won that match and handily won a majority of that match throughout.
Yeah.
And Scarlett as Hall said, was very confident, and numerous times throughout that match was basically was calling for the title, like even during the match, pointing at her, calling it out as if she wants it. I believe Scarlett wrestles a lot in Jersey as well, so if she's so in this scenario, I don't know if she's fully committed to WDWA or if she is traveling a lot, right? You see Mr. Grimm with 5 titles. So is he going to be here twice a month or not? However, we have to make decisions. I'm going with Scarlett.
All right, that's 1-1.
We're going to have a new champ, boys.
Father and son, opposite ends of the team.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, actually, I'm not going with Scarlett. She is pretty, but Tiffany Grady's gonna take the dub. I want her to take the win.
Yeah, he was saying we were against each other because you went Tiffany, I went Scarlett. That was what he was getting at. Yeah, yeah.
So, we've talked a lot about Tiffany's reign as champion here on WDWA. I mean, she's had one of the best runs with the women's championship, if not the best run that WDWA's ever had.
Sure.
She kind of, has put together with Jason Curtis and Sage and everything this like good combination that has, helped her be successful multiple times to be able to help, extend that reign. Which I think a lot of that, it helps to be calculated and smart on your end. But if there's one person that can make all of that come to an end, I think it's Scarlett Maiden. So I'm going to put my money on Scarlett Maiden. I think this is the time where, they're gonna upset Tiffany and they're gonna upset the world. So I'm going a little bit for the underdog here, but I think Scarlett Maiden has it.
One thing before the host makes its prediction.
Hardcore Hoss. Yeah.
I think Gavin actually made a point there because I think Tiffany Greedy is actually gonna beat Scarlett. That's why I don't like Scarlett, because Scarlett's from New York, and I don't like that.
No, you don't. Yeah,
You don't like this from New York?
I'm not a big fan of Jersey either, Alex. But we're
Yeah,
talking.
she's from New York.
Wrestling. Oh, I thought she wrestled a lot in Jersey when I was checking out her Facebook page.
Yeah, she wrestles a lot on the East Coast, all over.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still going with Gavin. I'm going with Scarlett.
All right,
I'll
Hoss.
go ahead and take Tiffany, so you and Alex can go ahead and fist bump on that one if you'd like.
Well, this match, like I say, it's a tough one to call because I can see it going either way. And like I say, it is a numbers game because you're going to have Jason Curtis out there. You're going to have the ring announcer out there. I don't know which way to go right off. It's not an easy one to do, but I do believe that Scarlett, I believe she really wants this, and I believe she has a drive and a fire that's going to be propelling her in this match, and I think it's going to propel her right to the top. And so I'm going to have to go with Scarlett. So.
Alex, you're on an island on that one. How does that make you feel?
I was hoping Hardcore Hoss might pick Tiffany Grady because I really do like Tiffany Grady. I want her to win, and I like her boy.
You like JC, yeah. I like JC too.
Except when JC got kicked out of Money and Power.
Yeah, well, what was great last time is, Hall of Famer Doug Rafferty, the guiding light, came out. He was tired of watching Jason Curtis cheat, and I think him coming out, making it a fair fight, proves that Scarlet Maiden was able to pin Tiffany once the fight became a fair fight. So, I mean, that's, a lot of great points there.
Yes.
Yeah. And he just came out of nowhere. I mean, nobody even knew he was there, and just all at once, here he comes, and
Yep.
that was something. But we got one more match to cover here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that is the heavyweight championship match where we're going to see Mr. Grimm versus Austin Kingsley. You know, it's I guess you could say it's a rematch because technically, when he cast in that Holy Grail, it was another match, and you know, this time is he going to have a? He's not going to have the trophy to hit him over the head with. At least I don't think he will. So, but in the back of my mind, I have to wonder who was the masked man that came out during that. And,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that was. And is that masked man going to be there again? Is that masked man going to be a factor? I can't help but think about that because that's just,
Yeah.
I've been baffled ever since he came out because I can tell, just from the body makeup and stuff, that it wasn't JTR. I know that much, but who was it? I can't figure it out. It's just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
got
I
me
mean,
baffled.
I'm definitely looking forward to this match. Yes, Austin Kingsley has in the books, he has a win over Mr. Grimm. But not too long ago, those two met in the ring and Grimm beat him. Grimm was able to pin him with JTR by his side. Even though JTR tried to cheat with some brass knuckles, Grimm was still able to get that victory. So here you are, one-on-one. You got nobody blindsiding you. I just think when it's all laid out and it's a competitive match and it's one-on-one and there's no sneak attacks and all that stuff, I think Mr. Grimm, he's just going to win his championship back. I'm going to put my money on Mr. Grimm, not to take anything away from Austin, but I think, his brilliance and whatever game plan him and JTR put together is what got him the championship. But it's one thing, getting yourself the championship. It's another thing keeping your championship. So, if he doesn't have an army with him, I don't know how he would beat Mr. Grimm. So, I think Mr. Grimm, he's going to win that championship right back.
Money and Power has been wanting this world title for probably over a year and a half.
Well, they had it with AK Bane up until Berkeley Mania. Since August, they've been wanting to have it back.
Correct. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Because me and Daddy were there at Berkeley Mania.
We were.
Yep,
yes.
I remember.
I can't see Money and Power doing what they did. And I'm piggybacking on what Hall said with the masked man that is still unbeknownst to all of us. I just don't. Gavin, I agree with you. In a heads up, mano-a-mano, I would go with Mr. Grimm. With that said, we don't know about the Hooded Man. We don't know about Money and Power. I could easily see AK Bane getting involved and there being a new rivalry moving forward as far as AK Bane and Mr. Grimm, which I think would be an amazing match.
Yeah, me too.
So, one-on-one, I would agree with Gavin. It's not gonna be that simple. Someone's gonna get involved. Last time I checked, Austin has 3 or 4 people in his corner, and Mr. Grimm has 0. I'm going with Kingsley.
All right, 1-1. What about you, Big Al?
I think I would have to agree with my dad. I'll have to take Austin Kingsley. But even though Money and Power do suck, I do like Austin Kingsley. But I'll have Austin Kingsley take the win to defend his title. And I think the Masked Man might be one of my dad's boys in WWE, Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
That would be awesome.
yeah. It's about time you went with your father. If you would have went against me, we would have been putting one of your titles on the line tonight and had a match. Sorry, side point. Sorry to deter from the show, fellas.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, I guess it's down to me here. You know, it's like John pointed out. You know, I would go with Gavin in a heartbeat
That's first.
if it was 1-on-1, if it was a straight up match. I would have to agree. It would be Mr. Grimm without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to have that. Not with Money and Power. I don't care what you do. It's not going to be a straight up match. There's always going to be an outside factor. You know, JTR is going to have a plan. I'm sure he already has a plan in place. And he is not going to let that title out of his grasp anytime soon if he can help it. So I'm going to have to go with Austin on this. I mean, there's too many factors with JTR and the Masked Man and, you know, AK Bane. And I don't know. I just have to go with Austin on this.
Yeah.
Dad and Kid both say hello, Big Al.
Kid and Dad said hello.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to Kid and Dad since they're watching?
You know what? I think there might be a slight chance that Dad and the kid come back for the next one after this one.
Yeah, we're ready to see them wrestle again. We're ready to see both, if possible.
I agree. We can't wait to have them back here in WDWA.
Now the docs are making demands. Now the wrestling bros are calling some shots. Alex is a big fan of Dad and really likes the kid, and we're excited to see Kid's wrestling career grow and continue because we know it's just getting started.
Yeah,
that's great to hear, Dad.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. We can't wait to have them back here in WDWA. We love that family. I'm sorry, Hardcore Hoss. I missed who you picked for that match. Was it Austin?
I had to go with Austin on it because, like I say, I don't see it being a straight up fair fight. I just can't see it. So I have to go with Austin.
Yeah.
No worries. Sorry, I mean, no, it's okay. Like I
He's
see
used to it.
Yeah, well, that and I also see everybody's points and they're all valid, right? Like Austin's a champ for a reason. You know, he comes from, you know, Money and Power, which they're stacked, as you know, John Dodd mentioned. You know, they're stacked to the max over there with plenty of talent and plenty of backup. So like it's you know, you also have Austin Kingsley and JTR, like two of the smartest men in like WDWA, you know, trying to come up with ways to you know, cheat the system, you know. So like I get how you guys all came to your determination, but like I think Grimm, you know, he's gonna make them pay. I don't think that they're gonna get away without Smartin Grimm and you know, without, you know, Grimm coming back with some vengeance. So
yeah,
I do like Mr. Grimm, but I think that the Masked Man, aka Drew McIntyre, might pull Mr. Grimm out of the ring and let Austin Kingsley win by count out.
Yeah, you just never know what happened at the WDWA. So sorry that you're going to miss it. You'll have to check it out on Frontline.
Yeah, we will. We'll watch it. We'll watch it after, so we know who won.
Yeah.
I mean, Gavin does bring up a good point. I mean, we were talking about Tyler Hastings, and he did a number on Grimm.
Yeah.
So, and still came back and won that match. Now, not that Ty is Austin, but, you know, Grim can take a beating and keep rolling. That's for certain.
I
Yeah,
agree.
because
In the Ty Hastings match.
as we mentioned several times, Tyler actually put Mr. Grimm into concussion protocol. I mean,
Yeah.
he was being evaluated for concussions after that match, and I didn't foresee him being in a ring so soon after that match, but it
Yeah.
was really something to see that he was able to come back and get back in the ring that quickly. But I like Grimm. I don't think it's very easy to beat Grimm, but
No.
it's just the numbers. I just
Yeah.
I you got to go with the numbers.
I don't disagree. And I actually thought that match was going to get called over at your announcer table at one point. Not just the 10-second, just in general, like whether it was concussion protocol or whatever. I mean, he wasn't really moving there for about a minute and a half.
I know there was a lot of concern about him, and not just from
Give him a
the
thumbs up.
people in our general area. There was concern all over the place, and even Gavin's wife Kelly, even she came over and checked on Mr. Grimm, and at one point I heard her say, "No, we this can't keep going. You can't do this." And
Yeah.
next thing you know, Grimm was up and back in the ring, and how can you do that? It's just
It was a great match.
He is a machine, I tell you. But
yeah,
he's like the Terminator.
Expectations. I didn't expect that match. Anytime you see a match where one guy is roughly 300 pounds and the other guy is probably half of that, you're kind of expecting, unless he can outspeed, and as we're saying about some of these guys like Ace, unless you can take out a knee or take out an arm. But if you take out a brain and a head and can still win a match.
Yeah. What else can you do?
Well, like the three of us voted 4 versus 1.
Yep.
3 versus 1. I guess that's how. You guys. Unfortunately, we will not.
We hate that you're going to miss it, but it's going to be head games, South Berkeley Fire Hall this Saturday, the 28th. You don't want to miss it. Doors open at 5:30, is it?
Yep, doors open up at
6:15 bell time. Definitely we hate that you're going to miss it, but come for everybody else, come on out and join us. And if you do happen to miss it, catch it on Frontline Thursday nights.
We will. And we'll add first, Hoss, thanks for having us on. Appreciate you for that. Secondly, to you and Gavin, when we first started coming to WDWA, we didn't know what we were getting into, right? It's as some people say, it's just little old Martinsburg, West Virginia, right?
Yeah.
But you guys have definitely made it a family atmosphere, made it a loving atmosphere, make it great for people, whether they're 1 or 100 years old, to come. And I will add, I was shocked and still am shocked at the talent, the matches, what goes into it, whether it's a steel cage, whether it's a ladder,
or a street fight.
Sorry, Alan. And the thoughts and everything that goes into it, that we, as in Alex and I, are blessed that you guys are doing this in Martinsburg and give us a place to see great wrestling live every 2 to 3 weeks at pennies on the dollar. When you see what, trust me, buying 4 WWE tickets, it wasn't $20 to $25 each.
I'm sure.
So long story short, Gavin and Hoss, thank you guys for everything. Thanks for bringing awesome wrestling to Martinsburg. And even though he's not on here anymore, keeping it rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I, John, I appreciate those kind words more than I can ever explain to you. I mean, that means the absolute world to me. All I want to do is, put on a good show and provide people the art that I love, that I fell in love with. I want people to feel that. So it's always good to hear from families that, even if they weren't fans of wrestling, that they're fans of what we bring to the table. And we do strive to be a very family oriented company, where everybody can, just leave their burdens at the door. And for the next couple hours, we just enjoy pro wrestling as like a family. So when I refer to fans as like WDWA family, it's because we're all experiencing these moments together. And I truly believe that it's not just a sales pitch, but to hear the feedback from you and your family. You guys have been nothing but great and positive since coming to WDWA. It's always a pleasure to have you guys at the show.
Yeah.
I love meeting Big Al. Alex, you've been great. There's a lot of people on our roster that always talk about you in the back, and they love having you there. You guys are definitely a big part of WDWA and a big part of WDWA success, just for you guys being a part there. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
And
I don't think you're hyping it. I mean, you see Susie, John's brother, making comments, and heck, you've got active guys on your payroll in your league coming on and making comments that, they're not getting paid. Dad's not getting paid to come on. Jamie Hall's not getting paid to come on. Maybe Rockstar Kelli got a couple bucks to come on, as Hardcore Hoss had said, maybe not. But I think that goes with your family, teamwork, growing together as fans and as wrestlers. And you're right, it's not just a sales pitch, because if it was just a sales pitch, all these other comments down below wouldn't be from other parts of the family as far as fans or the wrestlers.
Yeah, well, I agree. Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I also want to, Alex and John, we appreciate you guys coming on tonight for Elevation. John and I have been wanting you guys to come on for quite some time.
Yes.
So thank you guys for making a way for it to be possible. I'm looking forward to see who wins with the, who gets the matches right, which, usually I suck at this, but, looking forward to doing that. But John, any last words for Alex and John?
Just thank you guys for coming on. Always look forward to seeing you. And, I might want to watch out, because Big Al might dethrone me this week. He might take it.
There you go.
Take the championship in these predictions this week, Alex?
Before we leave,
Okay.
Hardcore Hoss, you actually made a point about saying Carson, because when you said Carson, now I think WWE's Naomi might be the masked man.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
And secondly, I picked Tiffany Grady to win because of Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, we know you keep saying you picked Tiffany Grady. We hear you. We hear you.
Sounds like a Big Al between Tiffany Stratton and Tiffany Grady. That Big Alex likes his blondes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Al does like his blonde. You hit the proverbial nail on the head with that one.
It's either blondes or girls named Tiffany, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with the
Or
blonde.
could be both.
Rockstar Kelli has long blonde hair.
Yeah, he does. we didn't hear him sing Motley. For a frontman for a Motley Crue cover band, we didn't hear any singing. So
he might wear more makeup than the rest of the women too. So
as he should, as an '80s hairband guy, right?
That's right. That's right.
So,
all right, guys. This is episode number 21. We'll see you guys on episode 22. Big Alex, thanks again for coming on. John Dodd, appreciate you. We'll definitely have you guys on again in the future. But thank you guys for your love and support. Thank you guys in the chat for checking us out on episode 21. John, it's always a pleasure, buddy. Take us home, sir.
Oh,
all right.
And before we leave,
real quick, Alex, then John can do his thing. Go ahead.
I want to say, Gavin, I like you.
I like you too, buddy.
And about the first time I met you, I thought you were handsome.
Thank you.
and
I appreciate it.
and of course, and one more thing, can we come back on here for episode 22?
Maybe how about this? Maybe not 22. Let's give some other people a try, but we'll definitely have
Yeah.
you on in the near future. Does that sound good?
Yeah, maybe episode 23 or
Yeah.
episode 24.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, Take
Yeah.
us
All
home.
right.
Take us
We'll
home,
make
brother.
we'll make it work, Alex.
Give him a thumbs
Guys,
up.
thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. You know,
Yeah.
always love seeing you. And thank you to all the fans. Thank you for hanging in there with us. And just we look forward to seeing everybody this weekend. Be sure to check us out. And next Tuesday, check out Wrestle Talk Podcast right here on Facebook, YouTube, all those different platforms. I believe the guest is going to be Kurt Gannon. So be sure to check that out. And just looking forward to this weekend and looking forward to all the surprises coming because, you know, we are always left with more questions than we are answers here at WDWA After Show. So stay tuned. Be sure to check out Frontline for anything that you may have missed because you never know what Juan's going to catch over there. So until next time, have a good one.
Take care, guys. Have a good night.